This is Pro Series Off Topic.
Welcome back to episode 39 of Off Topic, and today we finally have some country music to talk about, but before we get into that part of the episode, I want to talk about the main topic, and that is a podcast that I was recently a guest on. The podcast host, his name is Matthew Berthot. You could check out his podcast called Voices by Matthew. He explores and interviews the most amazing voices in the world of speaking and singing, so singers, motivational speakers, podcast hosts, anybody that's using their voice in the industry. And no, I am not on the episode because I sing, because that is definitely not it. So we talk about my podcast, how I got into podcasting, some hobbies, all kinds of stuff. But I want you to go head over to wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm episode 58. Let me know how you like it. It's about 41 minutes long, so maybe put it on a ride to work or whatever, wherever you're going this week. But yeah, definitely go check them out. Give them a review. As you know, reviews and ratings are a huge deal for podcasters and the podcast show itself. So go ahead and do that for Voices by Matt on and wherever you listen to podcasts. But let's get into some country music. We finally are getting some new country music coming in. I want to start off with the first of the week. We've talked about this before. Apple Music is doing more and more of this lost and found and all these different types of releases of music without the artist actually releasing it through. I mean, it is going through a music label, but it's more of the Apple exclusive single. And this week there is a song that came out with Ryan Hurd and Carter Faith. It's called Lights Out. Great song. Definitely go check it out. Ryan Hurd, you might know him from a couple other songs with his now ex-wife, Maren Morris. But he is a great artist, and he has a lot of songs that never really made it to number one or never made it very high on the media-based chart. So go check that out. He is a artist that I hope will have a little bit more of a reoccurrence on radio and more people discover him. And then this week, Chris Young came out with another song called Right Now. Decent, but I'm really loving his single right now called Young Love and Saturday Nights. This song is actually off, Right Now is off of that album that is self-titled Young Love and Saturday Nights. So go check that out. But my favorite for this week is this one. It's Scotty McCreery, Can't Pass the Bar. As soon as you listen to it, it just brings you right back to the 80s and 90s country music. It is really cool. The production of it is pretty awesome. You haven't heard this sound in a while, at least with new music. So I love this song, and I know I've talked about it before, but Scotty is such an underrated artist not just in music, but country music itself. I think a lot of people, he has a lot of sneaky hits that haven't made it to number one or have made it to number one, and people just kind of forget that he sings them. So go check that out. Hardy came out with a rock song, and I believe he's coming out with a documentary or some type of video. I didn't really look into that, but it's called Quit. It's not what I was expecting. I was a big fan of his Mockingjay and the Crow album that came out last year because he did have some of that screamo rock in it, and that's what I was expecting with this one. But this one had a lot more of a rap tone to it, and it was good though. It was really good. I think Hardy is really exploring what his versatility is, and I think his fans are really liking it, and it's making him to be able to get into other genres, and I think people are welcoming him pretty openly, with open arms, just because of just how hard he is. He's a great songwriter. He's written music for pretty much everybody in country music. So this song kind of is a backstory of his last so many years. He references Morgan Wallen on it and some other people that kind of just got him going and let him be the artist and not just a songwriter. Another song this week, Brian Kelly. You might know him as one of the halves of Florida Georgia Line. He came out with a song called Trucks, Ducks, Bucks, and Beer. It's not bad. Brian Kelly, he's an artist that surprised me because he was always in Florida Georgia Line, the secondary artist. So you really heard Tyler Hubbard's voice mostly. So Brian Kelly having this song and having some success in country music. He had a song on the charts, See You Last Summer, but I believe he pulled it. I'm not seeing it on the Media Base chart anymore, but go check that out. And then lastly, Connor Smith came out with a song called Smoky Mountains. Not bad. Go check him out. He has some other good music. He's more of a newer artist, so definitely go check him out. And we will get into the Media Base chart this week. Coming in at number 5 is George Burge with Mind on You. Number 4 this week, which was number 1 last week, Dan and Shay, Save Me the Trouble. Number 3, Chris Stapleton, White Horse. Number 2 is a song that just cannot leave the top 5. It's just sticking in there. It's been number 1, it's been number 5, 3, 4, and it just keeps going up and down. Is Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson, Save Me. And the new number 1 this week, which is his second number 1, is Nate Smith, World on Fire. Go check those out. And that's all we have this week. Definitely go check out the podcast that I was a guest on. I'll have the description in the link in the bio. And that's all this week. So hope you have a great week. We have another podcast for the Pro Series coming out this week with another professional. So check that out, coming out in the middle of the week. And I hope you have a great rest of the week.